Hey guys, it's 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday, November 9th, 2016. Donald Trump has been elected by the Electoral College to be president, and I'm going to go to sleep soon. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty with our KOTOR recording. About half the video from our last session got lost, so please enjoy for the next at least 2 episodes, the Brent Quest podcast. So since the last time we recorded anything, I started playing Assassin's Creed.
Creed
3, the American Revolutionary War one.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play Assassin's Creed. A lot of the shit in that game is up my alley. I
Sure.
like parkour. I like hoodies and the list.
You know, like historical murder fiction.
Like history. Does that count?
That kind of counts. I've only played a little bit of Assassin's Creed. I've only played like a little bit of 2 and 1. And I mean like the first 2, like not the spin-offs of 2.
Right.
But I did see a little bit of 3. Someone else played it, and it seems like it's kind of very slow to start, which isn't necessarily bad.
Oh, it was incredibly frustratingly slow to start. We got like 15, maybe even 20% of the way through the game before you get your player character.
Oh shit! Sorry, I just needed to point that out. His jaws. He's Baron underbiting really hardcore right now.
Huh.
Apparently, I blew his jaw off.
It's kind of weird how it's animated though. When he turns to the left, it looks a little bit better, but when he's looking straight on, it just kind of looks like the lower half of his face isn't clipping.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get through like a very significant percentage of the game that you're still basically in the tutorial.
Yeah.
Before you actually get your title character in the Assassin's Creed clothes,
Right.
And an adult and everything. So that was a little bit frustrating. I like tutorials, but I don't like playing tutorials forever. Kingdom Hearts 2 Jack was observing last night. Kingdom Hearts 2 had that problem as well. You play
the extremely long
17 hours and then you're Sora again.
Yeah.
Remember?
What was the point of any of that?
That's the title character of this game.
Yeah.
Woo!
Although I do like the ending of the tutorial where it's like just sheer amounts of existential dread. But I just like existential
I think Kingdom Hearts 2 does having too long a tutorial well, but that doesn't make it not too long of a tutorial.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that is simultaneously one of the longest game tutorial intro sequences I can think of, but it's also not the most egregiously terrible one.
Totally.
It ties into the rest of the story. Roxas's arc is interesting. I can't really say that for Assassin's Creed 3. It's just frustratingly...
I've heard
Let me get to the thing that is the title of this game.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I've heard that, like, the writing gets kind of aggravating in Assassin's Creed.
Well, and also, I thought these games were episodic. Like, I haven't played any other Assassin's Creed game before, but I was under the impression I could just pick it up and go and be like, how complicated can a game about killing people via parkour and hoodies be?
Yeah.
Apparently very.
Apparently
There's all of this like Assassin's Creed lore and continuity that the characters keep referring to in the contemporary timeline.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the fuck they are talking about it. And they all seem honor bound to not give any explanation for what the fuck the things they're talking about. And I actually, to a greater degree than I normally do, I keep going through conversation trees to try and like find out more context from the game about what's happening, and I got nothing. There's tons of exposition, there's tons of like really, really stilted, forced exposition, but none of it is actually explaining what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's very, very bizarre and off-putting, and is sort of limiting my ability to invest in the larger storyline of the game, because I didn't play the first however many Assassin's Creed games, and I don't know what they're talking about. But I really like the design. The aesthetic of the game is really awesome. The only city I've explored so far is Boston. Props Andy.
Boston.
The street layout makes no sense, and I find very frustrating.
It's like real life.
Yeah, so accurate. And I got the homestead, and I've explored some of the frontier area. I'm terrible at combat in it because, of course, I am. It's all rhythm-based stuff.
Right.
And I'm just garbage at that.
What I wanted for Assassin's Creed, like, after 2, was... And this is...
Climbing shit is extraordinarily satisfying.
I've heard they, like, really nailed that in, like, starting from 2 on.
It's fucking awesome.
But what I wanted out for Assassin's Creed after 2... Can I not open this? What is happening here? Is
Can I turn the camera a little?
What?
Sure. It kind of looks like maybe you were in the way of the selector for it.
It's possible. What I really wanted for Assassin's Creed was that, like... And this is largely... I admit this might be coming from my place of being a huge fan of Rurouni Kenshin, but I wanted a fucking, like, Meiji-era assassin.
Ooh.
Where, like, you get to... Because I just wanted to be like Kenshin and just go around and kill people. It's
sure.
Like, yeah, this shit is rules. It's historical and cool, and you're all sneaky and fast, and it's like, yeah. But I recognize we'll never get a proper, like, Rurouni Kenshin game like the one I want. But it's okay.
Maybe that's next on your list after Flight.
Yeah, let's do that, and I look for the hashtag. Not Kenshin.
From the studio that brought you Flight, it's Sword.
Oh man, it's killing people.
I like climbing shit. I like running around and crap.
Yeah.
I like the hunting mechanic, although one of the biggest criticisms that I heard about Assassin's Creed 3 is that hunting gets really tedious.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure I'll either get to that point or I'll stop playing and go play Minecraft instead.
Yeah.
I just got the boat.
The boat?
I played my first boat mission.
Oh, hooray.
Having played that, I totally understand why Assassin's Creed 4 is just boats.
Yeah.
That makes 100% sense to me. I keep getting killed by wolves, so, that's a good simulator of reality, because out in the wild, I would probably get murdered by wolves a lot.
Yeah. Who wouldn't, right?
Well, because I'll get really excited about running through the forest, and I won't really be paying attention to my mini-map or my surroundings, and a wolf will attack. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. I was never particularly bothered by QuickTime events before in video games. My main context for them was like the Force Unleashed, which they don't really bother me. Like, hit these buttons to fuck up that Rancor, hit these buttons to fuck up that ATST, and then you get to watch like a fucking awesome cinematic that you caused, kind of.
Yeah.
But they went by, they weren't egregious, they weren't difficult, they weren't overly difficult, and then awesome shit came out the other end. It felt like finishing moves.
Yeah.
In Assassin's Creed, I think maybe I've done a QuickTime event correctly less than half a dozen times. And on the other hand, I have been killed by wolves in the middle of QuickTime events dozens of times. It's extremely frustrating. I hate it. And it's bullshit.
Yeah, there's definitely a spectrum of, like, QuickTime events where it's like, if it's got a decent enough, like, discrepancy where it's like, alright, it doesn't have to be fucking frame-perfect accuracy. And, like, if there's good lead-up and it's not just like, oh god, it's randomized, those are the worst. Where it's like, you can't even memorize the sequence. Those are generally the bad ones. Sometimes, like, it totally works. Like, the Naruto fighting games, the latest line of them, they have QuickTime events. And, like, they're kind of different in that, like, you're not required to beat them in that, if you do, it just, like, gives you something great.
Cool.
Like, it just adds an extra thing. But, yeah, I've heard
as opposed to Assassin's Creed 3, where if you don't kick ass at QuickTime events, you're just gonna get murdered by wolves fucking constantly.
Have a bad day. Do I have anything that, like...
It's really cheesy, but I really love the, like, meeting all of the founding fathers and them all, like, being revealed to be in cahoots with the
yeah.
assassins.
Yeah. By the way, the
all-
Illuminati is real.
Samuel Adams helps me figure out how to get my notoriety down after I assassinate people. Benjamin Franklin's recruited me in a can you go find these Ewok shoes for me fetch quest to go find the pages of his almanac for him.
Yeah.
I've met George Washington like 3 times so far. He's been cool every time.
Seems like an alright dude. Unlock armory. Yeah, I don't do that.
I especially liked meeting Sam Adams because he was just straight up like, "Psst, over here. Here's how you sneak around. Here's how you bribe people. All right, happy killing."